When you get a paper, your goal is to create as many different crystal drawings as you can. You'll be using a pencil, so you can see on the screen I'm going to use a marker. One of the easiest ways to create a crystal is to do any shape and then outline it with the same shape and connect where there are corners. So here I've drawn two triangles and I am connecting in the corners. It might look more like a polished gem than a crystal, but that's a valid option as well. Using this technique, we can make all sorts of different gem-inspired crystals. If you have a circle, you can just connect all the way around. There's not a lot of right or wrong ways to do this. Today on our sketch and practice day, it's a lot about experimentation. So this isn't our final artwork. You don't have to worry about each one being perfect. Our goal is just to try to draw a lot of different designs to really experiment and start to get creative with how we can draw crystals. So the gem style is one of the easiest styles. I'm just doing a shape inside a shape and connecting at the corners, or just connecting it if it doesn't happen to have corners. And you can even get creative with the shapes you're doing. I could do sort of a teardrop shape. Again, there's only one corner up at the top, but I can also draw some other lines around the edge. In addition to drawing this gem style of crystals, you could also do more natural styles. One of the ways I think of like a quartz crystal is by starting with some rectangles. Maybe I'll start with 3 connected rectangles. Then at the top and the bottom, I'm going to make a triangle. And then connect all of these edges of the corners of the rectangles to the top and the bottom. And then if you do a lot of these crystals sort of overlapping, it can begin to look more like a realistic crystalline structure, like you would find as a mineral in nature. So I'm hiding this next one behind. Sometimes they also have other rocks or minerals that they're attached to. So maybe I'm just going to make sort of a more loose rock mineral that's not in crystalline nature that it would be attached to. Maybe I'll add a tiny crystal right here. Your goal today is to try to experiment with as many different designs as you can. The other thing we want to think about is adding color, and we're going to use different values to do that. So here I have, for example, some colors that are analogous and some that are lighter and darker. So I have a light blue, a dark blue, and a purple, since blue and purple are next to each other in the color wheel. I could start by coloring one edge of the gem, or one facet, one color. And then I could use dark color on the other side to show dimension and value. You don't have to burnish today, but you do want to try to color neatly as you can. And you can experiment with the color placement and see how it looks when different colors are in different parts. And it's fun to try different color combinations as well. Maybe in another one I would want to try some shades of green. So I'm trying to look for some light and some dark. And then I could experiment with how I'm placing those different shades on these different sides of the crystal as I color.